have a really heavy downpour with lightning and some severe weather for just a brief period of time, and then it may clear. Or you could have this training that the meteorologists call, where that storm just keeps going over the same area over and over again. And if this training occurs during high tide, then you could see more isolated flooding. If you're in an area that already sees tides, we know the tides are going to be higher than normal today. Why? Because we have heavy rain. We had a passing hurricane that has churned up the water. We have a full moon. All those things are a bad combination, and that means that we're going to have higher than normal tides in areas. So if you're near the Gulf, even near the Caloosahatchee, if you're down by Marco Island or Naples, you know where those areas that flood in abnormally high tides, we may see that flooding today. So a lot of authorities are warning you not to head out on the roads because of this. There are police officers and law enforcement posted at some sites where the roads have been shut down already today because of minor flooding, and they're concerned. They don't want to create wakes for homeowners who are worried about flooding in their areas. Right now, we're looking at our sky cam of Manatee Park in Fort Myers, and I'm going to take it back over to Lauren right now because she has the very latest from the National Hurricane Center as well as what's happening here locally.
Yes, that's right. So we got new batteries for that mic, so now we are all set. But taking a live look at Manatee Park, and you see that wind just blowing, and it's quite the breeze out there, and we're continuing to see that throughout the afternoon with all these rain bands that are working their way through our area. So some of these rain bands, they are quite heavy, and those winds moving 40 miles per hour, so quite some wind speeds there. And zooming into this area right here near Arcadia, we're seeing quite the few lightning strikes. So keep that in mind, that no matter where you are across Southwest Florida, you could be running into some of these outer bands from Idalia. But right now, let's take a closer look at that track and that system right there. And you see there is Idalia making its way onshore. The latest update has that eye over Georgia, and it continues to push away from us. But as you see, we're seeing those outer bands out there. Hurricane Idalia, this is the 12 p.m. advisory, so this just came out. 85-mile-per-hour winds, the pressure at 975. So it's definitely weakening, of course, as it's moving over land. I mean, earlier we were seeing that Category 4 storm, and then it turned into a Category 3 right before it made landfall. Now moving north-northeast at 20 miles per hour. So it is a fast mover, which is a good thing, but of course still packing quite a punch for our North Florida friends and even into southern Georgia. It will eventually weaken into a tropical storm later by Thursday and then go out to sea from there. And then the spaghetti models keep it out to sea for now, but we'll keep an eye on that. But take a look at this. I just want to show you that rapid intensification. So at first it was a Category 1 hurricane, and overnight it seems just like that, it automatically started to get into that warmer water, those warm Gulf waters, which we've been talking about for weeks, those temperatures in the upper 80s, low 90s. And as it worked its way towards that Big Bend area, Category 3, and then it eventually made its way towards a Category 4 status before weakening back down to a Category 3, making landfall in that Big Bend area. Looking at our storm totals, we're going to be updating this throughout the evening. Chief Meteorologist Matt Devitt will be in shortly with the updated totals on this. But from this afternoon, Arcadia, 5.5 inches of rain over just a short period of time. And even Sanibel, 4.5 inches there. St. James City, 3.3 inches of rain. So we have all seen quite a bit of rainfall as Idalia has worked its way through. Again, I don't know if you can hear, but here at our Wink News studios in Fort Myers, downtown Fort Myers, we are hearing all that rain overhead, and it is quite loud, and that breeze out there is quite strong as well, and that will continue into the afternoon, evening hours, so we can expect to see these gusty conditions continue. But the good news is the models have it weakening by this evening into the overnight hours. We could still see some of those rain bands later on in the evening and overnight, but overall things begin to pick up less as this system moves to the north. 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts in Sanibel, 41 in Punta Gorda. So again, packing quite a punch. Idalia wind gust right now up to 60 miles in Port Charlotte. But coming up, we'll continue to break this down for you.